before the universe existed, there was nothing, no stars burning in the sky, no planets orbiting distant suns, no galaxies stretching across space, no light, not even darkness, because darkness itself needs space to exist. And before creation, space itself had not yet appeared. Imagine opening a map of the universe. You zoom out from Earth, past the clouds, past the moon, past the solar system, past billions of stars in the Milky Way, then past millions of galaxies scattered across the universe. You keep zooming out, further, further, until finally, there is nothing left to see. No space, no matter, no energy, no sound, just endless stillness. A silence so deep that even the idea of silence has no meaning, because silence only exists when something could make a sound. But here, there was nothing that could move, nothing that could change, nothing that could exist. Modern scientists today describe something similar when they talk about the beginning of the universe. They say that before the Big Bang, space and time did not exist. Reality itself had not yet begun. But thousands of years before modern science, ancient Hindu texts described a very similar beginning, a moment before the universe, a state they called the Great Void, a reality where the universe had not yet taken form, where existence itself was still hidden, sleeping, waiting, like a seed buried deep inside the soil. In that ancient description there was no sky, no earth, no fire, no air, no water, no stars. Everything existed in an unmanifest state, invisible, silent, beyond perception. Ancient sages described this state using a powerful idea. They called it shunya, the cosmic emptiness. But this emptiness was not truly empty, because even in that vast void, something still existed, something eternal, something that had always been there. Not matter, not atoms, not light, not energy, but something far deeper, an infinite consciousness, a presence beyond time, beyond space, beyond creation itself. Ancient texts call this presence Narayana, not a god sitting somewhere in the sky, not a physical being made of flesh and bone, but a limitless cosmic awareness, a consciousness that existed before the universe itself, a force from which everything would eventually emerge. Imagine the entire universe as a giant tree, every galaxy, every star, every planet, every living being. Now imagine that entire tree existing as a tiny seed before it grows, before it spreads its branches. That seed is how the universe existed in the beginning, hidden, sleeping, inside the infinite consciousness of Narayana. The galaxies, the stars, the planets, life itself, all of it, still waiting, still unformed, still silent, in a state of perfect stillness. No motion, no creation, no destruction, just pure potential, an endless calm. But eventually, something began to change. After an unimaginable stretch of timeless silence, the first movement of creation appeared, a ripple, a subtle shift in the infinite stillness. The very first sign that the universe was about to awaken. This moment is described in ancient texts as the first stir of creation, a cosmic impulse, the very first step toward existence. And from the depths of the void, something extraordinary began to appear. A vast ocean, an endless sea stretching across infinity. This was not the ocean we know on Earth, not water with waves and storms. This was something far more mysterious. The cosmic ocean, an ocean that existed before the universe itself. Ancient texts call this ocean Kshira Sagara, the ocean of creation, a limitless sea where the first stage of the universe began to take shape. The waters were calm, still, infinite, and within this endless ocean, something appeared, floating peacefully in the silent waters, a presence older than the universe, the eternal consciousness itself, Narayana resting in perfect calm, the source of everything that would ever exist. In many ancient descriptions, Narayana is shown resting upon a great cosmic serpent, an endless serpent known as Shisha, a being who represents infinity itself. Its name literally means, that which remains forever. Because even when universes are created and destroyed, Shisha still remains coiled beneath Narayana. Shisha is not just a serpent, it represents endless time, eternity itself. And upon this endless serpent, Narayana rests peacefully, eyes closed, completely calm, as if the universe itself is still dreaming. The cosmic ocean stretches endlessly in every direction. No stars, no planets, just the silent waters of creation. And above those waters, the universe is about to awaken. Because the moment Narayana rests upon the cosmic ocean, creation begins to unfold. From the body of Narayana, a subtle divine energy begins to flow. Slowly, something begins to grow. From the center of Narayana, a golden stem begins to rise, rising upward through the silent cosmic waters, growing higher and higher, until finally, a magnificent lotus begins to appear. A flower glowing with divine light, a lotus unlike anything the universe has ever seen. And from the center of this lotus, a new being will soon awaken, a being who will create the stars, the planets, the heavens, and the worlds of gods and humans, the being known as Brahma, the creator. But when Brahma opens his eyes for the first time, he will not know where he is, he will not know who created him, he will not know why he exists. He will wake up alone, floating in the middle of an endless cosmic ocean, with no memory, no answers, and no idea that he is about to create the entire universe. How did Brahma come into existence? Why was he born from a mysterious lotus? and who truly created the creator. That story begins next.